At least half of Americans own a smartphone. As a result, they constantly carry email, text messages, photographs, contacts, and often a GPS device with them. For law enforcement, the ability to detect a suspect's smartphone and follow it from place to place would be an incredible convenience. And it turns out that for at least a decade, police have been using a secretive technology to do exactly that. The technology, purchased from a specialized contractor often using federal grant money, is called an IMSI catcher, better known by the brand name Stingray. Your cell phone constantly registers with the nearest cell phone tower as you move through your day. A Stingray pretends to be that cell phone tower and fools every phone within range into handing over identifying information. It can pinpoint a suspect's location to a street address. Although the devices are not publicly available, leaked marketing materials and testimony suggest that Stingrays are portable and have a range of at least a mile.
If a Stingray only triangulated one number, then most people would probably not have any concerns with it. The problem is that it can only operate in a dragnet fashion. So everyone within range, when that Stingray is activated, has their cell phone data intercepted.
It's possible to use the technology to scoop up every phone on a street corner, perhaps looking for members of a street gang, or everyone present at a protest like the recent ones in Oakland.
Imagine that you were present at that protest, or maybe you just lived upstairs. If the police were here using a Stingray, suddenly your phone could put you on some sort of watch list.
Brian Hofer, a privacy attorney in Oakland, showed us emails from the Oakland police, who wouldn't comment for this report, discussing protesters in the context of Stingray technology. But it's not clear exactly where and how it's been employed.
We have strong suspicions when people report their cell phones acting quite weirdly, the batteries draining, the interference with the ability to communicate, that we've heard these problems arise elsewhere. The FBI, it was just 2 to 3 days ago, admitted that people within range will have a disturbance in the use of their cell phones.
We asked current and former prosecutors and law enforcement officials to explain the value of Stingray technology in fighting crime. No one would publicly explain or endorse it, but a public records request reveals that in Florida alone, 3 dozen police and sheriff's departments have spent millions of dollars on the technology and used it in hundreds of cases. By that measure, it's become a valued crime-fighting tool. But the entire technology was a secret until recently and remains actively hidden from the public.
The manufacturer of the Stingray IMSI catcher, the Harris Corporation, which is a company based in Florida, has a non-disclosure agreement that it requires law enforcement agencies to sign, where those agencies basically agree not to discuss the purchase and use of these technologies.
In fact, the FBI is behind this non-disclosure agreement, and it compels any purchaser of a Stingray to sign it. Neither the Harris Corporation nor any of its law enforcement partners or customers responded to requests for comment, but in emails and testimony made public by records requests, a clear pattern of secrecy emerges. In response to a lawsuit filed by the ACLU in Arizona, an FBI officer summarized the Bureau's position that cell site simulators are exempt from discovery, and that the FBI has, as a matter of policy for over 10 years, protected this specific electronic surveillance equipment and techniques from disclosure.
We've heard about another case in Florida where a judge ordered the prosecutors to turn over to the defense attorneys, basically to give the defense attorneys a demonstration about how the Stingray device was used. And rather than do that, the prosecutors cut the defendant a sweetheart deal and saved the guy, gave him a deal that was too good to say no to, and the whole thing went away.
If I'm an innocent person, why should I care about the use of this technology?
Many years ago, our founding fathers made the decision to say, you know what, if police want to enter into a house, they've got to get a search warrant. It would be a lot easier for law enforcement to say, you know, we're just going to enter everybody's house and look for crime, you know, once a week. That would make their job easier, probably make us a lot safer. But we decided that, you know what, there are important liberty interests at stake.
Several court cases are underway across the country, most filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, to compel law enforcement agencies to reveal their use of Stingrays. The technology may be the best way in lean times to pursue suspects, but so far there are no legal checks on the technology.